Alhamdulillah.
Well, I mean, it's kind of it's saved me from a lot of things that I could have done. I could have been on, I could have started drinking, or so I didn't drink that much before. I could have started drinking, or started doing something worse, maybe smoking some weed or something like that. I could have done that type of thing.
That's drugs. You're talking about drugs, taking drugs.
Yeah, just because it was something that was around in my school. A lot of people used to smoke drugs, Class C drugs, weed, that type of thing, and I could have gotten to that a lot heavier. I could have been lost, lost spiritually. I kind of wouldn't have had any guidance. I could have, been rude to people like my parents. I could have been rude to my parents a lot more, and it's kind of, I feel like it's opened my chest and saved me from that type of thing. In the Quran it says, you are on the brink of a pit of fire and Allah saved you, so give thanks. He saved you by giving you guidance so that you become Muslim. Along the lines of what the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said, and what Jesus said, peace be upon him. And you save yourself from all the things that in the world that are wrong that you could do. I felt like that was something which has saved me. I also feel like I have guidance. I feel content with myself. I feel happy with what I'm up upon philosophically and spiritually and mentally.
And could you give some advice to Christians that are watching this film, or non-Muslims in general? Could you give them some advice, please, towards the camera?
Yeah, well, I mean, I was Christian before. I was only 18, but I was quite mature for my age. I made a rational decision to become Muslim. What I suggest for Christians, or even agnostics or Jews, is that God tells us to search for the truth, and that search has to be sincere if we're to find it. But even if you're not 100% engaged in that search, even if you search a little bit, you will still find something, I believe. And to believe in God is something which is ordained as for mankind, according to the major religions, the major heavenly religions. That's something for the Middle East, that they say they're heavenly religions. And there's, in Islam, I think you'll find that if you investigate it, there's something pure about it, that you don't you keep yourself clean when you wash before prayers. You keep yourself well mannered. You avoid drink and drugs and smoking and that type of thing. It's far more clean for you. The religion is pure. It's monotheistic. You worship nobody but God, and you don't pray to anyone but God, and that saves a lot of confusion in the religion. It's also what is close to what Jesus revealed to Jesus, to Moses, to Abraham, to David. I think I think most Muslims, you'll find, are more content with their religion when they become Muslim. They feel far more content with their religion than what they did before. I personally believe, I don't mean to insult anyone, but I personally believe it's the purest of the monotheistic religions. That's my own personal experience.
And could you give some advice to Muslims, some Muslim youngsters, etc., becoming weak? Could you give them some advice, please?
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't have to be the best Muslim in the planet to be a believer, but you should at least try, because the religion is meant to be easy. So if you're in a state of confusion, you should seek guidance from the people of knowledge. your local sheikh, a friend who has knowledge, or a preacher, a dai, someone who propagates the religion. You should, it's very easy to fall into drink or drugs occasionally, and it clouds your mind. You can't think straight. You can't have a fully normal life if you turn to drink or drugs, even if it's every now and then. And it's better to try and kind of wise up and say, God has created me. There's a reason for that creation, and I should try and keep myself on the straight path, on the straight and narrow.
Muslims all over the world will be watching these videos, inshallah. What advice would you give them? Because you're English, you live in the West, you live in Britain, you're born here, you've raised up here, and you've converted to Islam, alhamdulillah. What advice would you give them? Because they may be looking up to Western countries and thinking, well, this is what we aspire to, the wealth and so on, the so-called freedom, etc. What would you say to them?
There's a lot of mixed confusion about which ideas are best, which belief is best, and Islam kind of offers the clearest solution, because it is simple, it's pure, it has you don't have to look so far to find sorry, you don't have to look as far to find the true belief, and the Muslims are a community. If you stick with that community, then you'll reach success. That's what the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, advised. And we should keep together. We should keep ourselves as friends with each other, as brothers and sisters, and remember that everything has a purpose, and that God has made us for a purpose, and that purpose is to keep ourselves by His religion, and that will help us achieve success. And we should reach out to the other people who haven't had the blessing of Islam, and try and explain to them in the best way how we're supposed to live our lives, and we should reach out to them and try and help them also in this way.
What do you particularly love about Islam? Is there anything specifically that you love about Islam?
Yeah, I love the Quran. The Quran is the best guidance, the best book I've ever read, and I try and read it as whenever I can, as much as I can. It opens up more new pathways to you. It opens up guidance. It opens up wisdom. It opens up philosophy, and it helps you out in such a way that if you read it and understand it, when you talk with people, you can reach across to them. You can understand what they're saying to you, and you can understand what you're saying to them, and that's something which really opens up my chest, and kind of gives me hope and guidance.
And what are your plans for the future? Are you planning to learn more about the Quran and Islam, etc.?
Well, at the moment I'm studying Arabic. That's my religion, and I hope to study more about religion, the religion of Islam. I hope to study more about fiqh, the understanding of how to react, and how to manners, and how to keep yourself in a state according to Islam. I hope to maybe travel, practice my Arabic, and maybe I hope someday to become a speaker
On Islam, inshallah.
Yeah.
Okay, Brother Anthony. Now, Brother Abdullah,